Okay. What is the wall of light? The wall of light is a concept that has been given to me recently. It's similar to a lot of other concepts of what it means to have light descending on the planet. And there's a lot of different articles and things like that I've read recently that's talking about cosmic radiation blasting Earth, and it's baffling scientists. I mean, every time I see it, I retweet it on my Twitter. It's where I usually come across content like this. Sometimes I'll get it in my news feed. But constantly there's news about cosmic radiation that's being directed at Earth, and there's all these frequencies that are literally blasting Earth. And so I believe that this is alien intervention, and I believe that our frequency, this is what we're trying to really come up with language around these ideas. I've been doing a lot of videos talking about frequency. We're talking about vibration. I did a video about vibration. That video, if you haven't seen it, is pretty essential. It's really important to understand what is vibration, what does it mean to be on the electromagnetic spectrum, what does it mean to have a frequency, what does it mean to be saturated with frequency, with the technological frequencies that we develop and we create. So we're starting right now in Unicult right now to get the vocabulary to conveniently describe what it means to be on the electromagnetic spectrum and to communicate. And we are tuning forks. Our bodies are tuning. We have the ability, I believe, we have the God-given right, the uni-given right, whatever you believe. I believe that since we are in this reality, which I generally speak of as an energy soup, that we have the ability to sense every level of that reality. What is consciousness other than the desire to, we're kind of like these new explorers, right? Like we used to try to explore the third dimension, and we're like, oh, what's this foreign land we've never conquered? And like everybody like got on boats and like went around the world and like discovered these like foreign worlds that, you know, people didn't know what was there. I mean, the native people knew, we'll say, but you know what I'm saying? So we have this new realm of exploratory nature, which is, you know, people say it's like space, people explore the ocean, whatever, but we are consciousness explorers. So we get to say, wow, we're living in a sea of energy, and our consciousness only occupies a small little band of it. Is there a way for our consciousness to occupy a larger band of frequency? Yes! It's called the spiritual path. Yay! I'm so proud of you all for being here with me on this spiritual journey of increasing our cognitive abilities and our consciousness to explore the realms of the unknown aspects of reality. Why has science failed us? Science has failed us because it focuses on a specific narrow band of understanding called physical reality. There is more than physical reality. There is a psychological, imaginative reality, which is very important. It's very important. It's very important to us as individuals, which is an indicator that it's very important to the rest of the universe. So, when we're trying to describe this understanding of what is the frequency of, what is this wall of light, what is frequency? Frequency is light. Everything is light. We see a small band of light. As we become more spiritually developed, we will see with our eyes, literally, a higher spectrum of light. I've been seeing it lately. It's beautiful. The colors you will see. It'll start with rainbows. First, you're going to start to see more rainbows. You're going to see rainbows glistening in water. You're going to see rainbows in the sky. You're going to see rainbows in your water glasses. You're going to see rainbows. You're just going to see a lot more rainbows. That's how it started with me. So start paying attention to how often you're seeing rainbows. And after that, after a little bit more psychic development, you start to see colors in your field of vision, flashes of light. It starts as flashes of light. And then eventually you will see straight up vibration colors of like, do you guys see my black light? It's like that, but it's like way more tangible and heavy and like, and real. It's beautiful, beautiful. Just believe that you will see new colors. And I will talk about this briefly because it's so cool and it's so important. There's a Radio Lab podcast on color, and they talk about how color was introduced to the world. They talk about how back when the Odyssey was written, very few colors were used to describe things. They talked about the ocean as being maroon, and all around the world in literature at around the same time, new colors were described and new colors were discovered. So we were in a state of darkness as humans. And as we developed, we literally grew, and it actually goes along the colors of the rainbow. It started as like maroon and red, and eventually it got to blue and purple. And blue and purple are more rare, and they were actually added to the global vocabulary more. When you realize that is how we understand color, like we can increase the frequencies of color that we actually see and experience. And it's not just going to be color, it's going to be emotional realities and spiritual realities, interdimensional realities, communication with fairies and angels and aliens. All these things are real, and we've neglected them, and that's okay, because we're here now in 2020 and we get to validate and legitimize all these other aspects of reality, which people who we consider mentally ill can't turn off. And we're going to be able to navigate them much better. We're going to be able to help people with their navigation of those realms, because they're alone. Some people who can't turn it off, we're like, we don't see that. And they're like, okay, well, I see a bunch of people talking to me and no one else sees it. And it's like, yeah, you're crazy. Good luck. And then they aren't given any tools to deal with that. That will change. So when we're talking about frequency, we're talking about the colors of the rainbow. We're talking about beyond that. We're talking about our cell phones. We're talking about our Wi-Fi. We're talking about our Bluetooth. We're talking about our emotional regulation. We're talking about our brain waves. We're talking about X-rays. We're talking about radar. We're talking about everything. Everything. So it's really important to develop an understanding and a language about what is frequency. How can we harmonize it? How can we harmonize our frequency? This is like the number one discussion, okay? Number one discussion of what you should be worried about right now. How do you harmonize your frequency? You start by doing it in your internal state. What is your internal emotional state? If you can harmonize your internal emotional state, no matter what you're being exposed to, you are a magician. You are more powerful than anything else in this world, because nothing can shake your empowerment and your own personal harmony. That is the goal. From that point, then you can radiate out more. Then you radiate out a sense of harmony. You teach other people how to be harmonious. The world becomes more harmonious. You build, companies and technologies that are harmonious. It's beautiful and divine. Okay, so what is the wall of light? The wall of light is our inevitable future. It's the photon belt. It's this idea that we are entering into a new age. It's this idea of 5D reality. And it's this idea of accelerating our consciousness and being more aware of what's happening in the world. What I truly believe happened is that we were under a sort of matrix dense dark reality. And some of this stuff is going to sound weird to some of you, so just bear with me and just try to just listen to it like a story, because maybe it doesn't make sense to you. I've read a lot of books that a lot of other people haven't read, and I'm coming from a place of a vast amount of knowledge that isn't necessarily common vernacular. Okay, so if this sounds weird to you, just listen to it like a storybook or whatever, and just entertain yourself with it. If it resonates with you, then okay. So what I believe is that we were underground, basically. We were under a veil, the veil of Maya. And in 2012, the Galactic Federation of Light said this can no longer continue. You absolutely cannot. There's bad aliens who came and put us under this disguise, this system, this matrix reality, this brainwashing program of duality. Okay, and that caused us all to operate in a way that was outside of alignment with truth. And to describe truth to you is hard, but you have to understand that there is a fundamental harmonious truth of the universe that everything is truly rooted into, that you can't, think about how you understand truth. You know the truth in your heart and you speak a lie. What happens? You create a matrix reality. You're creating an artificial timeline is what's happening. Oh, where were you? I was at the store. Oh, but maybe you weren't at the store. So you just created an artificial timeline. Now the person you just lied to is operating in an artificial timeline, operating in a reality that wasn't real, but you told them something. So we have the ability to change our past. And so for you to lie about your past creates another timeline. It's a timeline that's out of alignment with truth, with what really happened. There's a lot of things to talk about there, okay? But just imagine, we as a planet have been greatly lied to. We've been lied to in every facet of our being. What's his name? Like Edward, one of the CIA agents at some point in time in the 80s was talking about the disinformation program. And they were saying that when every American believes something that is untrue, that's when we know our disinformation program has worked. So the disinformation program is saturated on this planet, and we literally don't know what's true and what's untrue. We have no conception of what's real. And that's why people are skeptical. That's why conspiracy theories are flying around. That's why people don't actually believe that what's happening is happening. On every level. So what this did, for whatever reason, I don't fully understand why anybody would do this. It's a ridiculous shit show of a way to live, to enslave an entire planet and put it in a mask of illusion. And you basically, when you do that, you put it underground. Think about it like you took a whole city off the face of the earth and you move them underground and you tell them, oh, actually, the day is 10 hours long instead of 24. And actually, this and just all these lies, and you create this whole false reality. This is Plato's allegory of the cave to a T. This is what's really happening. Plato had to be an alien or something. So we're underground. We're in a dark, dense reality. We've been taken away from the truth. We've been lied to. Artificial timelines have been created left and right. And we are, you guys are discussing my my age. I don't have an age. Okay. I was born during the harmonic convergence. It's true. I'll admit that. But I also practice timelessness, and I don't really attach to time as Earth has it. Okay. I had to be born during a certain point in time. I'll admit. And that point in time was during the world's first global meditation. William Casey. Thank you, Catherine. Fact check. William Casey, disinformation program in the 80s. Gonna lie to everybody. Okay, so where are we at this point in time? We're in the fucking mire and the muck. We're out of alignment with truth. Truth keeps marching on. Truth prevails. Truth is truth. Reality is reality, right? You can tell as many lies as you want, but the truth is the truth. The truth is still there. Truth is, if coronavirus wasn't happening, I would have the word truth tattooed on my throat right now. That was the plan, okay? I am all about truth right now. Truth is fundamental reality. Truth cannot be escaped. Truth prevails. So what's happening in the universe? Well, the universe is marching on this fundamental reality of truth, but Earth, we're stuck in artificial timeline world. We don't know what's happening. This has caused great distress to every single being on this planet. This is a toxic reality that we have lived in. So the Galactic Federation of Light, let's say it like this, we're all one. The rest of the universe is trying to have a party. They're at a party. They're at a beautiful potluck. They're hanging out. They're vibing. Outside the window, someone's getting beaten and screaming, right? Are they going to have a very good party? Are they going to be able to straight up vibe if somebody's outside just screaming and getting beat? No. So eventually they stop their partying. They go outside. They say, what's going on here? And someone's like, it's free will. I get to do whatever I want. I'm just enslaving this entire planet in darkness. And the rest of the universe is like, this sucks. Like, we literally can't vibe when you're out there doing these horrible crimes. You want to know about the heaven. They had to do our governance thing. Okay, what's happening on Earth is wrong, and we stop it. And here's the loophole, and here's the loophole. Incredible, like, cosmic legal system. Well, they lifted the veil of darkness. They stopped their creation of artificial times. Where did that left us in a place where we just like didn't know what was happening. We're just like, what the fuck's going on? People woke up, people who have not incarnated on this planet, were able to see what was happening. That's why all these conspiracy theories happened at that time. There was a lot of truth coming out at that time, a lot of understanding about how the world was actually operating. But what really happened was that this wall of light, this reality of, oh God, this reality of higher understanding was started. And we started running programs of just memory. So we became truly empowered in 2012, but we were brainwashed. We were brainwashed for so long. Hang on. Instagram, bear with me. YouTube is, I'm overloading YouTube. It's still catching up. It is really buffering. I was blasting too much light at the screen. Let me wait for it to catch up and I'll... Okay, I think it's all caught up now. Okay. So the veil was lifted. We were in a state of empowerment without the knowledge of what it means to be empowered. So it's like being in prison your whole life and then you're released. And you're like, I think I want to like keep doing the things that I was taught in prison because that's all I know. So from 2012 to 2020 was a re-education period, was an awakening, was an awareness of our true abilities. And we all had to feel into what it felt like to not be in prison anymore. So now, guess what's happening? Does anyone want to guess what's happening? Now we are about to enter into the streamline of truth. Think about that. We were underground and we got released. We were underground in cages and we got released and now we're just underground. But we haven't made it to the surface of the earth yet. We are about to be blasted. Blasted. Straight up blasted. That's why I'm using the words wall of light. We are about to be blasted with light. What does it mean? What does that mean? Light is everything. Light is information. Think about when you're in the dark and you hear a noise or you see a coat rack and you think it's a creature. You see a creature, you turn on the light. What happens? Why was I scared? It's just a coat rack. Oh, it's just you. Oh. 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 Get ready for the O. The O is coming. When this wall of light hits the earth, and you know what? I can't give you a date. You know why? Because it depends on all of our progress. If we wait, if we do this too soon, people will lose their fucking minds. People can't handle it. We need, like, but it's going to go as fast as is possible. It's going to be very uncomfortable if you're not used to these things. So the wall of light is coming. What is it going to do? It's going to cause everybody on Earth to go, oh, what? Why are we doing that? What the fuck have we been doing? What? We've been walking around in the dark. What have we been doing? How are these our leaders? How is this our system? How are we spending our days like this? Everybody on Earth is going to become a genius. All of our if you're aligned, all of your cognitive abilities are going to be heightened to the utmost degree. Everyone's going to, at the same time, have a big light bulb go off in their head. That's why the leaders right now, the powers that were, Aurelia told me that one. The powers that were are being given the grace period of stepping down. They are being given the grace period of stepping down. They have been told exactly what they're supposed to do. And if they choose to ignore it, if they choose to step down and let the true leaders take over, then the light's going to get turned on and they're just going to be exposed. And it's going to be embarrassing and hard for them. Someone asked, will I still be ugly? And I think that the truth of people's heart will be more apparent. Your truth, like, what is physical appearance? A lot of people who are very beautiful are very mean, right? And that doesn't make any sense. What's the deal with that? You fall in love with somebody, you're like, oh, you're so beautiful. And then they're like, so confused. Beauty should be in alignment with divinity. We have a skewed perception of beauty and we have a limited understanding of divinity, so that's why that's allowed to happen here. But in the light of truth, good people will be beautiful. People who are in pain and who are suffering and who cause pain will be uglier. That's you don't have to worry about it. Just trust that your heart will be seen for what it is and do your best to make your heart beautiful. Okay, let's see. Where are we right now? How long will this wall of light take? Could take 100 years. I don't know. I could literally be... I have a hard time knowing when things are going to happen. I think things should be instantaneous. We are already seeing these effects, so I feel confident giving this sermon today, but this could be a lot longer than I'm saying, and it could be a lot sooner than I'm saying. I mean, this could already be underway. If I had to guess, I'd say the next 5 years. Over the next 5 years, we're going to be blasted with light. If you're a sadist, then you're out of alignment with divinity. You've somehow corrupted an understanding of what it means to love and feel pleasure. Sadism and masochism are confused versions of pleasure and of divinity. I'm not trying to make shame. I'm just, if you harm someone else, that's not divine. If you harm anybody, including yourself, it's not divine. I mean, it's all divine. It's just not in alignment with the highest path. Okay, so where we are right now, we are in a... Why is what's happening? What are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to be afraid? What can we do to prepare for the wall of light? We are in quarantine. This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity. Please don't attach to what you think is happening. If you think that this is a virus, if you think that this is caused by 5G, if you think that this is a government distraction, if you think that conspiracy this, conspiracy that, if you think that the news is right, if you think that the news is wrong, do not attach. We are living in a space of multiple realities right now. We're in a cocoon. If you ever have seen a butterfly actually go from a caterpillar to a butterfly in the cocoon, you know what happens? They turn to pure liquid, pure mush. It's not like it just grows wings. The caterpillar turns into pure mush and turns into a fucking butterfly. We're in the mush phase. Anything is possible. Okay? And we're being protected. We're in a cocoon. Your house is a cocoon. You're being protected. So take a minute to tune in to what you know is true in yourself. What is absolutely, verifiably true in yourself? It is your emotional state. We are in the time of instant manifestation. This is the age of truth. This is the age of truth. I can't believe I'm the preacher at the beginning of the age of truth. What a joy, what an honor. What a joy, what an honor it is to be here with you at the beginning of the age of truth. This will go down in history. We are psychic warriors. We are truly bringing in a new world into existence. It's amazing. It's just amazing. It gives me so much joy. All the trials, all the hardships, that's part of it. It's part of it. We have to empathize with the old world in order to bring in the new. You have to do that. So we're in the cocoon. We're in a malleable state. And what we're doing right now is we're calibrating. I love this word, calibrating. We're calibrating our energy to blast off into our new reality. So think about it like this. Your entire consciousness is in goop. And you get to decide everything about your new life. You get to decide what color wings, what kind of patterns on your wings. You get to decide what kind of body you want to have, what kind of eyes, what kind of, those are just physical attributes. But we're talking about your entire consciousness. Your entire consciousness right now is in a state of potential, unlimited potential. And how you navigate your energetic state at this time is vital. It is vital. And I don't mean to stress you out. I don't mean to put a lot of pressure on you, because part of navigating your conscious state is rest, meditation, relaxation, entertainment. Part of it is all those things. But the other part of it is getting your diet on lockdown, getting your exercise routine on lockdown, cleaning, keeping your house clean, keeping your energy up, doing meditations, not getting too distracted by constant media, and creating. However you want to live your life, you have the opportunity to do that right now. This is your opportunity to decide what that looks like. So right now I'm going to just ask you, and this is coming from someone whose house is trashed right now. My house is trashed. I've been laying in bed just like blah. There's a lot of energies happening, and it's okay that you're processing them. But I'm going to ask that you rise to the occasion at this time. Get your handhold wherever you can. If you're in your kitchen, you've got some dishes to do, and you can do them, do them. If you can do your laundry at this point in time, do it. If you can exercise, you can do a couple of jumping jacks, do it. If you can go for a walk, do it. This is like, get your handholds where you can. Rise to the occasion. Don't just say, bleh, Rise to the occasion, set your energy. Please spend time meditating on what you want the world to look like. This is not nothing. It is profound when you do that. When you spend time in meditation on what you want your world to look like, what you want your reality to look like, you will be building that. One thing I'm supposed to share with you is a lesson that I recently learned. It's a lesson of inevitable success. If you want to feel into something, let's say that you have a desire. I have desires. I have so much ambition in my body. I always say I have the ambition of 10 people, 15 people in my body at any given time. And it's painful because I want to manifest. I want to manifest. And it takes time. Earth is a slow computer. Earth isn't going to be a slow computer. That's okay. It doesn't matter. We don't have to worry about time anymore. We're literally ascending time. So what does it mean to understand how to navigate that? Inevitable success. What is inevitable success? Inevitable success is the idea that you will accomplish something that your heart yearns for. My guides asked me this. The other day I was yearning for something. My guide said, do you really believe that if you align your energy for 30 years with this goal, that you wouldn't accomplish it. And I laughed and I said, of course I would accomplish it. In 30 years, there's nothing I couldn't do in 30 years. If I align myself every day to something, of course I would. Of course I could do it. And they said, that's the energy that you need to cultivate with everything that you want. Don't worry about how much time it's going to take. For me, I'm like, I want it. I want it now. I want it now. Why hasn't it happening? Why hasn't it happened? Why hasn't it happened? Why hasn't it happened? What am I wrong? What am I wrong? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Ah! But what if I said, I'm going to align myself to this energy for the next 30 years and see what happens. And I know it's going to happen. You will accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. Whatever your goal is. So please think in that way. What I'm not saying it's going to take 30 years. I'm saying that if you can give the amount of effort that 30 years is, effort and patience and trust. It's really about that trust. It's really about that vibration of trust. It's really about like, well, yeah, of course, I'm going to work until it happens. That energy of trust really, really, really will pay off. Okay, wow, there's a lot today. What time is it? Okay, here we go. The fear loop plague. This is a sickness that's plaguing our planet right now, and I'm calling it the fear loop plague. What have I said? We're in the age of truth. We're in the age of instant manifestation. And what does that mean? That means that anything we focus on is created. There's still a delay. There's still a lag. But this has always been true, but now it's faster. But there's still a lag, so it's not completely obvious that this is happening. Because there's still like maybe let's say a 1 week lag for most of the things that we're focusing on, the energies especially. Whatever energy you focus on, give it 3 to 7 days and that energy will manifest in your reality. So what is the fear loop plague? The fear loop plague is something that the media is doing right now, which is where we're being created. I mean, Golden Coin, if you believe that you cannot stop objective reality, then you're going to believe that you can't affect objective reality, and then that's going to create that belief, and then you're going to feel again and again and again like you can't create your objective reality. But if you're somebody who has spent the last 10 years of their life working on figuring out manifestation and aligning themselves to different energies and believing that you can affect your physical objective reality, and it works, then you'll realize whatever you believe happens. So if you feed into fear, and I'm not saying ignore practical advice. I'm not saying go back to work. Please don't go back to work if you don't want to. Rent strike and stay strong in the fact that you deserve to get paid to be alive. But also don't be subject to fear. If you go on this fear loop, you'll get stuck in a fear loop. Fear creates fear creates fear. It's just like Golden Coin was saying. If you believe something and then it gets reflected back at you, it just makes you believe it even more. So you believe it even more. And then it gets reflected back at you. And then you believe it even more. That's how I got depression. I said, this world sucks. Oh, this world sucks. Oh, this world sucks. Oh, this world sucks. Oh, this world sucks. And you get on a loop. It's a feedback loop. Well, change your feedback loop to be like, everyone's healing. Everyone's becoming enlightened. Everything is great. I'm so powerful. And then you're going to see it coming back at you. And you're going to say, oh, this is amazing. I'm validating this new reality. I'm not saying don't be informed. Watch the news if you want to. I watch the news. I consume tons of news. I consume tons of conspiracy theory documentaries. Sometimes I fall subject to fear. I'm like, oh my God, they're eating babies, you know? And maybe they are, but I don't focus on it for a very long time. I just say, whoa, I'm going to ingest that information and I'm going to say, well, that's weird and bad and I don't like it. And I'm going to catalog it and continue on. Oh, we did it. So the main thing that I want to say to you guys is please drink your water, pure water. Please try to find water that doesn't have fluoride in it. And realize that we're in this malleable state. If you have a lot of financial abundance, you can donate to Unicult. If you have time abundance, join Unicult. Become a devoted member. All information is valid, right? You want to watch Alex Jones, you want to watch Fox News, you want to watch David Icke, you want to watch QAnon videos, you want to, whatever you want to watch it. All I'm saying is notice how it affects your consciousness. Notice how it affects your psyche. Notice how it affects your perception of reality. And realize that you are in control of your perception of reality. Expose yourself to positive things as well as negative things. Do you have any questions? Join Unicult. I don't know about Alex Jones, but I know that I don't feel like it was right that he got censored. Okay. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being open-minded and thinking about reality in these new ways. I'm so excited about what's coming, and please align yourself with whatever the highest version of your reality can possibly